Today, we're taking a look at the McDonald's app. it's 1 a.m. on a Friday, and my friends have been asking for this, so I'm questioning my life choices. But welcome to episode 44 of the app breakdown, McDonald's. I used the app a few years ago. I haven't used it in a long time. I know it's about points or something, but let's open it basically for the first time in a few years. Oh, they have a nice loading animation, but it's too fast. Okay, let's go. Select region. Portuguese. I think this app is basically available on almost every country that the McDonald's exists, but not in the US. Something legal. This does not encourage me. I do not know if this is going to be a good app. Stay on with news. I'm sorry if it's going to be in Portuguese. We have my blurred location. I'm not going to give my location to the McDonald's app. Okay, tell us where you are. Continue and ask for notifications. So it's actually switched. So they have the copy in Portuguese for like stay up to date, and then they ask for location, and then they ask tell us where you are, and they ask for notifications. So it's just switch the permissions that they're asking for. I don't want notifications from McDonald's. Thank you. Personalized things. No, thank you. Don't track. Okay. So I think the whole point of the app is to get stuff for free, which would make sense why you start and it immediately says get this and more discounts. And then there's just a button to know more. Okay, let's click no more, see what there's there. Oh, we have a bunch of tabs actually on the app, a lot more for you. And then it asked me to create an account. Okay, so it's the first thing they do is tell you to create an account. We're not going to focus much on the UI of this app because as you can tell from the bottom tab, it's not in the best state, but we're going to focus on actually what purpose does an app even serve for McDonald's. Coming to the home here, basically we have 5 tabs. We have news, offers, order, menu, and more. I didn't know you could order from the app. That's pretty interesting. So let's see what we have here on the main one, which seems to be news. We have what's new on the menu, like promotions. We have a big banner for discounts. It's not promotions, it's discounts. I keep saying it wrong. Then we have a login, okay, and then it's basically like promotional cards. Then we have points and offers. So it says a lot more for you and asks me to create an account or no more. Let's take a look at this page, and then I'm gonna go into create an account to see what it's like. Okay, so we have rewards. Cool, this is what you get when you buy stuff. I like the little carousel, simple and works. And then you have these like content cards for the rest of the things, just like in news. Okay, so let's click create account here. There doesn't seem to be a button to log in. I like the little animation though. The animation is cool. Okay, so create account. Oh, and now you can log in. So there's no button to create an account, but then you can log in after clicking create account, which obviously doesn't make sense. So let's click login. I'm gonna see if I remember my old thing. Okay, so actually I couldn't log into my old account for some reason. So I've just created a new one. There was a nice little animation here when I created the account. Unfortunately, I did not record that. So let's just hit continue and continue from here. Cool, okay, so now I have my Mac scan. I think if you're watching this, you can probably use this to give me points. So go to McDonald's, put this code, or maybe you can actually buy stuff with this code. I don't know. Try it out. Okay. And we have the rewards that we had already seen, coupons and all of that. Okay. Okay, so let's tap here in the QR code, see what happens. Oh, cool. You probably can see the light on my face even. I'm going to point it to you so that you can see it. Actually, it's a great detail. So look at the brightness of my screen. And now I'm going to tap the QR code. And as you can see, the brightness automatically goes to max. And this is because, of course, if you're clicking the QR code, there's a scanner that's going to read it. And so the brightness goes on max so that the scanner can read the code. And this is, of course, very basic, like events apps do it. The Apple Wallet does it. A lot of apps do it. But it is an amazing reminder as a designer that your designers, even if they're just like an app, they live in the real world, they interact with the real world. And when you're designing, you cannot just be looking at your little Figma squares. You have to imagine how the app interacts with the world and to actually play with the physicality of the phone, whether that's the button placement or the brightness of the screen or the haptics or the sound or any of those things. You have to think about that as a designer. So this is a good reminder. Events apps, the wallet, again, do this very well. I'm glad we got to see it on the McDonald's app for the first time in the series. So let's click here on see all rewards, see if they have an interesting screen behind it. Nope, it's just the grid of things you can buy. Okay, let's go into the third tab. So third tab is order. You can start an order either with mobile or Mac delivery. Okay, let's click Mac delivery. Where are we? Okay, deliver now, yes. And now I'm gonna click deliver now. So I didn't actually know that they do delivery through the app and it doesn't have to be like Uber Eats or something. So let's actually try it out. So, okay, so I've added my address here. Let's click continue. Seems like we're back on the orders menu. And now the menu has completely changed. We have mobile orders and it identifies the restaurant. So you can pick the restaurant that you're at. Of course, not the best map in the world, but I guess it does its job. And then you have McDelivery. And in McDelivery, actually, they just deliver to you. And then we have the menu here. So what am I going to order at 1 a.m. for the purpose of a video? Let's go with news. What do they have? They have a McCrispy Miami. Perfect. You see the items on the menu come from the bottom as a nice little panel. Nothing too fancy, but it works. It's smooth. Cool. So let's click that. Combine. Oh, interesting. So I automatically went to the yellow button here, but because it looks like the CTA, but actually the yellow button is combine on a menu and the left one is add to your order. So actually through the CTA that they upsell you into the menu. That's very interesting. Actually, it's gonna lead me into a bit of a rant, but one of the things that I would love to study and like get in touch with someone who works on this kind of thing is the actual machines at McDonald's, like their UI, the way they work. I imagine they are very optimized. I hope they're very optimized. And I would love to just get behind that kind of work on physical systems. That seems very interesting. But yeah, let's go and add to my order here, the McCrispy Miami. Oh, we have a nice little footer, just e-commerce style with the bag on the right. Nice interaction there. Let's click finalize the menu. Okay, some glitches. Okay, wait, actually I cannot order. At the top it says, we're sorry, the delivery is closed. So there's actually no delivery. I went through the entire funnel to buy something and only at the end do they tell me, we cannot deliver that to you. Okay, why though? Can I choose another McDonald's? Like I know that the McDonald's is open. Let's try removing this and adding some other things. Like I cannot order, which is a shame because I was getting excited for that. So let's actually just go into the fourth tab, which is menu. Oh, is this a web view? My God, that is a web view. So they have an entire app where you can supposedly order things. You have your points, you have everything. But for the menu, which is the simplest thing to do, they do a web view that is very bad inside. Okay, I was expecting it to at least be some kind of native thing, but no. We're not even gonna look at this app. We're not gonna learn anything from a web view. Let's click in the more tab. And here we have restaurants, my account, terms of, okay, so it's basically miscellaneous. So let's go back to points and offers. We have an indication at the top right saying 0 points. Let's click that. Okay, and here we have basically the history of the points I've earned, which in my case, it's 0, obviously, because they do not let me order. Let's go back into news, click into one of these cards to see what it looks like. It's a web view and it asks for cookies again. This is a great way to learn how not to do things in this case. So reject. Yep, I do not want to see the web view. Go back. And we're on the app. Oh, actually something interesting that I just noticed. On the header, maybe it's on every page? No. On the header of the page of news, you have the QR code up top. So you can tap that to reach the QR code immediately when you open the app. That's kind of clever. I wish they did that kind of header all throughout the app so that you can access the QR code from anywhere. Much like Hipstamatic, you can access the camera from anywhere up top. They could do the same thing here. So that's pretty interesting. And I think we're going to cut the episode here. Honestly, not many things to see in terms of design. I did this mostly for the fun of it. But it did, however, have one very good reminder. And that is on the QR code, the reminder that when you design, even if on Figma, it looks like you're just doing some rectangles, you're designing for the real world. So if the QR code needs to be scanned, it is your responsibility as a designer to increase the brightness. And there are many other examples like this that we're going to get to see throughout the series. So this has been episode 44 of the app breakdown. I hope my friends are happy and I'll see you on the 45th. See ya.